Greetings. Welcome back to the Morning Breadcast. I am Mark Grishik, your host with Digging for End Time Truths. And we are on a quest this week to cover the subject of being a Christian in today's world, living as a Christian today. We've covered a couple subjects. We've covered being a living epistle read by all men in our lifestyle and doing the right thing, obviously. And we covered prayer. Today, I want to talk about what we all have to deal with, and that's work and money, right? And what I wanted to do, let's start with the obvious elephant in the room, money, because everybody has a hard time fitting this in their Christian walk. And it's clear that money, it doesn't say that money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. So obviously we need money to live, right? And it's important to note that God has set things in place. So should you be taking a portion of your money and giving it to whomever, churches or whatever, ministries? Well, let's cover that. Let's go to where that first shows up in the Bible, and you're going to find that in Genesis 14, because Abraham went and fought a war, and he came back with the spoils of the war, and he meets this priest of Salem called Melchizedek, and he gives him 10%, or a tithe, it's called, right? And Genesis 14:20 says this, "And blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." This is Melchizedek speaking. And then it says he gave him a tithe of all. So he gave Melchizedek 10%. So people say about tithing, giving 10%, they say that it's, that's the law. This is before the law, okay? This is way before the law. Way before Moses came, way before the temple came. So what was he doing? I think there's obviously, like we covered yesterday, there's the 10 Commandments, but there's things that you do out of your heart. There's also rules they're not rules, but they're principles that are set in place. And should you give 10%? Well, honestly, I think you should give what God tells you to give. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7 and read, because Paul's talking about giving, and he says this, "So let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver." In other words, if you're not giving out of your heart, you're not giving. You're just forking over money. You're not giving. Giving is a something that you do to bless others and to make sure that money doesn't have you, right? You have money and you're going to use it the way God has you give it. Should you give 10%? I believe you should give more. But the reality is this: you should give what God tells you to give. And if you can't hear the voice of God, then that's your first step, right? Hear the voice of God, what he wants you to do, what he wants you to do with your money, and give it. Listen, I look for the source myself. I go and give direct. Like if I see someone in need, I'll buy them groceries, I'll do whatever, and I will help them on the spot and just do it. And yes, I support different ministries, but again, it's not a matter of, I checked my box, I did this, I sent my check in. It's a matter of relationship with God, and it has to come out of a relationship. So remember, don't give grudgingly or of necessity, but give cheerfully, because God loves a cheerful giver, right? And yes, there's a lot of people, a lot of ministries that are worthy of your support, that they have people that are out there that are preaching the gospel every day, and they need your support. So pray to God and ask him where you should be giving your money to, right? And I hope this has blessed you, and we will see you again next time on the Morning Breadcast. God bless.